It's time for Quick Calls with Mike the Ref on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quick Calls. I am Andre C. Now, Mike the Ref will be joining us very soon, but I'm here with the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton. How you doing, buddy? How'd you enjoy this show?
Oh, doing great. What a show. Incredible.
This show was the RCW Marie Ewaschuk Memorial Show from the Lorilei Beaumaris Community Hall. And boy, howdy, was it quite a show. Like, 8 matches, just got crazier and crazier and crazier as the night went on, I would say.
Oh, yeah, insane. We had, like I said, 8 crazy matches. Action-packed crowd tonight. Yeah, great showing.
Yeah, it's just nuts. So let's start off with the first match of the evening. Was actually a 4-way match for the British Commonwealth Championship. Christian Strife defending against Tiger Ali, the Monster Cameron Stevens, and making his RCW return, the technical ace Leo London. I thought this was a great way to kick off the show. You have 4 really good, high-quality wrestlers, but even Cameron Stevens, who was only a year into his program, I thought it looked great, and it was a fun way to open the show. So, what did you think, Brian?
Oh, it was a great match. A great way to start the show. The only thing I didn't like about it is Zach Mercury came out towards the end and caused a little bit of interference, that which allowed Strife to pick up the win and retain his title. I think Mercury has a problem with Tiger there because Tiger was on the verge of winning his belt back, and Mercury came out and caused him not to get it.
Okay, the thing about that is, a week ago in Springbrook, he actually interfered in the match, attacking Ugg while Dano distracted the referee, and Tiger ended up picking up the win. So this time he cost Tiger the win. So I'm not getting this like helping him one week and then screwing him the next. I really don't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy what's going on.
But you also gotta give props to Strife. Always look at that GTS just looking sick as F. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just he hits it so perfectly. The way he's got really good mobility, I guess, because he can get that knee way up and just cracks people in the face.
Oh yeah, he's good at it. When he hits it, it's lights out. You're not getting up.
So yeah, Christian Strife retaining his RCW British Commonwealth Championship. We go into our second match of the evening. This is actually a rematch from Springbrook. It's Barricade taking on Dead Zone. It's a fun little match. I always enjoy seeing Barricade in the ring. He's one of my favorite people to welcome out to the ring.
Yeah, very, very enjoyable match between the two. Barricade, though, proved he was the more dominant of the 2 men tonight. Much bigger, more powerful. And in the end, he picked up the win over Dead Zone tonight.
Yeah, and it's that Barricade had control at the start. Dead Zone started chopping down the leg, and he brought Barricade down, but then he went to the top. I think it was when he went to the top rope and tried for some kind of splash or something. Barricade caught him, hit him with Barricade to belly, or the belly to Barricade, whatever you want to call it, and squashed him for the win. 1, 2, 3. So Barricade picking up 2 wins in a row against Barricade here. So yeah. So from there we move on to our third match of the evening, our second title match of the evening. It was Billy Blaze and Dick Blood coming out to make an open challenge to any team that wants to come out and face them for not only the RCW Canadian Tag Team Championships, but also the PCW Tag Team Championships. I thought that was pretty huge. They're going to put 2 titles on 2, and they're also they had like so many belts of them. I can't even remember them. It's just crazy. So answering the challenge is the debuting Big Bobby Shink and the return of everybody's favorite blue man, Blue Tado. So I thought there was a big disparity in the challengers versus the champions in this. A team that's we don't know if they've ever teamed together. And experience factor too. What's your opinions on this match?
Blaze and Dick's more powerful, more experienced team. In the end, they dominated. They really worked over Blue Matado's chest big time. By the time they got done, it looked like he was black and blue. He was popped a blood vessel.
Black and blue Tado.
Oh my God, it was insane. I got a wicked picture of it. I hope Mike puts it up on the Facebook here soon or whatnot. But this guy's chest was so red and turning black and blue from the chops he was taking. It was insane. And yeah, like I said, though, in the end, Blazing Dicks, Billy Blood, Dick Blood, they're too much powerful. They picked up the win over Blue Matado and Big Bobby Shank. Very impressed with Bobby Shank. First time seeing him. Thought he did a great job, but just couldn't get the job done. More powerful team, more veteran team, and they got beat. And the Blazing Dicks, they hold 4 different tag team titles for 4 different companies. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought this was a lot of domination by the Blazing Dick, and my God, Blue Tado's chest was just scary afterwards. And Big Bobby Shake, his chest was like dark red by the time he left that ring. It was scary. I was really worried for both of them afterwards for what the chest was like. So, as we said, Blazing Dick retained both their PCW and their RCW Tag Team Championships from this match. So from there, we move on to our 4th match of the evening. It is Big Jess Youngblood taking on making his Edmonton RCW debut, PCW Heavyweight Champion, Jackie the Jet Lee. Now, for me, this is a real treat match to finally get to see Jackie the Jet Lee in a wrestling ring, not on video, but in real life. I've watched a lot of video on this guy. This guy is amazing. He just last month beat Scott Justice to win the PCW Heavyweight Championship. So to me that's huge.
Oh yeah, very, very big for him. But
and this match was for the PCW Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, and overall, this was a great match. Big Jess, the veteran, and Jackie Lee, my God. He put on a great display tonight, and yeah, I was very impressed. Great to see him tonight. First time, like I said, seeing him in person, and yeah, very impressed with him. Can't wait to see him again.
So this match actually ended in a countout. Jesse just was getting pretty beat up by Jackie Lee, and he just said, screw this, left. He said, I'm just going to go out and win the Battle Royal later tonight. Yeah. And he just left and counted out. Jackie retains his title on a countout, which is really strange for a guy like Big Jess, who's always wanting to win everything.
Yeah, Big Jess is one of those guys that likes to get the win, but for some reason Jackie was closing in on the win, and Big Jess said, screw this, and took a hike, and yeah, he didn't want no part of Jackie anymore, took a hike and picked up the loss tonight. So bad for him, good for Jackie. Jackie gets the winning purse of the money. Big Jess is on the losing end.
Yeah, and then so from there we go on to our 5th match of the evening. It is actually the end up being a 6-man tag team match. Steven Styles, Matt Hart, and Ugg taking on the First Family that was supposed to consist of Zach Mercury, the Irish Hooligan Daniel Burns, and Red Thunder with their manager Thaddeus III, but Red Thunder has suffered a back injury, and some other things have come up that happened with our commissioner, and they come out, Sans their 3rd man for the team. So they get in the ring and they're saying they're not going to do it. They're not going to wrestle a match. And our commissioner gets in the ring, has words with him, and then out comes Steven Styles, Matt Hart, and Ugg. And they're challenging them, and our commissioner, and flat out that he says they're not doing it. And so our commissioner decides, you know what? He's going to make Thaddeus the 6th man in this match. They don't like it. And fired.
Yeah.
So we have a 6-man tag, Styles, Hart, and Ugg taking on Zach Mercury, Dana Burns, and I don't know think this is one of his first matches. I think he's had like maybe one or two other matches. It has to be one of his first matches. Thaddeus Archer the third, and man, did he get beat up in there tonight.
Oh, big time, man. He deserved every single shot that he took tonight. It was payback from these three men. They do not like him. All of them had payback on him, and boy, did they ever let him have it tonight.
Oh, for sure. I guess this was a really good match. I thought Matt Hart looked really good. He got a lot of offense in, especially on Thaddeus. He got a good bit of domination on Thaddeus, especially, and on Daniel Burns too. But Zach, it was a big wild card for his team. With his size, he can pretty much dominate against anyone, even the bigger guys here in RCW like Steven Styles and Ugg. It's the size and strength he has he can dominate. But in the end, it was Ugg taking the pinfall on Thaddeus Archer III, getting kind of his revenge after being kicked out of the family.
Actually, Ugg made Thaddeus tap out with the STF or some sort
crossface.
Of crossface that he had on him. And Thaddeus tapped out like a little baby.
I apologize for getting that wrong, but yeah.
That's why they call me the wrestling mind.
You remember everything. But yeah, it makes him tap out to a crossface, and then they just hucked him out of the ring afterwards.
Yeah, it was incredible to see. It was great to see. Thaddeus, his team got the loss. Steven Styles, Ugg, and Matt Hart picked up the win. Great for them, and overall, great match. The only thing is Thaddeus wasn't very good, so he took most of the beating in this, which was all deserved.
So from there, we move on to what Brian has named Battle of the Showstoppers number 3, Knight versus Markey. Now, I love 99% of this match.
Yes.
I say let's talk about the first 99% of this match, and then we'll talk about the last 1%. So that 99%, I thought was pretty phenomenal. Like, these two, we've watched them twice in a row, just have match of the night and match of the night. And I think tonight, even with the main event, I gotta give that my match of the night, even with the ending.
No, it's an incredible match. These two, it's like they know each other, what they're going to do for hold, and that. It was just insane to watch them. It was like a mirror image of each other, and great to see. Like you said, there was a great match and up until the end.
So, as we said, it was a wonderful match, and then partway through the match, out came the Weasel, Thaddeus Archer III.
That little prick.
I guess he recovered enough, got his jacket back on and everything, and so he comes out. He's kind of just circling the ring the entire match, and then at the end, I'm gonna let Brian explain kind of what happened here.
Oh, at the end, Thaddeus got up on the ring apron, and it was like he was trying to recruit both Markey and Knight to come join the First Family. And so they kind of dragged them into the ring. And then it looked like they're going to beat them up. They were going to set them up for a move. And Knight pushed Thaddeus into the rope. Actually, Knight was setting Markey up for a move. Pushed Thaddeus into the ropes and caused Markey to crotch himself, which allowed Knight to do an inverted D pile driver and get the win with Thaddeus' help. And it looks like Knight is now a member of the First Family.
Because after the match, they got Thaddeus back in the ring, and it looked like Knight was going to hit him.
Yeah.
As he goes to swing to hit him, he goes into the handshake, and you shake hands. So it looks like Thaddeus has got a new member of his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I kind of look forward to seeing where this goes, especially tonight. Now that he's got Thaddeus behind him, like we could see these guys. I could see these guys going again, but I could also see. I see this being the end, and that it's the third match. Knight has 2 decisive wins, so we'll see maybe down the line if they come back to each other. But I can't wait to see what Knight does with Thaddeus, because it's going to be interesting what Thaddeus can do for Knight in his career here in RCW.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And to me, Knight doesn't need a manager. He's better off. He's just as good off without one. But maybe now if he's with the first family, you never know what opportunities are going to head for him. So, maybe it's a good career move for him. Gets more advantages, more matches, maybe. Who knows? But yeah.
So from there, we went to intermission. Then when we came back from intermission, we had what the show is kind of all about. Why we do this thing yearly. The Marie Ewaschuk Memorial Battle Royal. Was done Royal Rumble style. All entrants entering every 30 seconds. The first two, we'll make mention, first two entrants were Ugg and Daniel Burns. And from there, another 18 guys came out. Last one being Blue Tado. And so it ended up coming down to Marky and Big Jess Youngblood.
Yeah, and it was a great, going to be a great match at the end, and how they both kind of went over at the same time and hit the floor, and basically we ended up with no winner in this match.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing that, and I'm a big fan. I'm a Marky guy.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Marky fan, but it's seeing these the shenanigans, and then neither ref could make a decision on who was the winner in here, and so out came our commissioner. I say quotations, and makes a decision that next month we will see a number one contenders match for whatever title they want, really a guaranteed title shot match between Big Jess Youngblood and Marky.
Yeah, and that's going to be very, very great, interesting match to see who's going to pick up the win, because I think both these guys will have a great match. It's just going to come down who wants this match more for a guaranteed title shot in the future here. So I would like to see Marky, but Big Jess, he's a veteran, so you never know what tactics he's going to pull out. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, so from there we went on to I would have to say it was just the most crazy match of the night.
Oh my God.
The main event of the evening, which was Heavy Metal defending his RCW Canadian Championship against the prodigal son Scott Justice in a 3 stages of hell match. And it was, first fall was a street fight, second fall first blood, and third fall was the TLC match.
Yes. Yeah, it was incredible, this match. The street fight was all over this building tonight, outside in the crowd. Literally, I got Justice and Meadows thrown right into my lap pretty much. At the same time, it was insane. They pretty much destroyed this whole building tonight. Basically, it was back and forth. Oh my God, that street fight was just insane. And Justice or Metal picked up the win in the first round there. But then we had our first blood match, and that was just insane too.
Well, look who we have joining us, our illustrious commissioner, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, he's had a busy night.
All right, well, picking up from where you were at, the second fall, it ended up being a running knee into a chair that caused Metal to be busted open.
Big time.
So he ended up losing the second fall. Then we went to our TLC match. Now
this is where it all broke loose.
Yeah, this is we had ladder spot. We had people crashed into ladders. We had the one-winged angel go through a table.
Yeah.
And I will let you guys know that she has been taken to a medical facility, but she was stable and conscious at that time. So, but in the end, Metal goes up and gets the belt off the ladder, thanks to that
piece of crap.
Yeah, Big Jess Youngblood.
Okay, works for me.
I was going to use some other words, but
I was going to say the fat piece of
yeah.
We kept it kind of clean.
So Steven Styles comes out, unbeknownst to me, and decides to book a match for Metal, which I actually don't mind.
No.
Next month at the anniversary show in Edmonton, May 12th, Heavy Metal versus the Monster Abyss in a Monsters Ball match. That if you guys saw last year's Monsters Ball match with Big Jess and Abyss, you know this is going to be insane.
For sure. Like that, the footage I've seen of that, it's just sick. And then I can't wait to see Abyss just destroy heavy metal.
And the only other thing I gotta say is, after that, I'm seriously gonna have to sit down with Steven Styles, because he's got to realize he may be the owner, but the other owner of the company has ripped his privileges of booking matches away from him.
Yes.
The only reason we kept this match is because I think it's a hell of an idea.
Oh yeah, but I think it's great.
But I'm assuming that that's going to wrap up the card.
Yep.
I guess it's time for your matches of the night, guys.
Match of night, Marky Night, easy.
Brian?
I'll go with the main event, insane all over the building. 3 great. So basically, three main events in one show here, and insane all over the building. Incredible. Like I said, One Wing Angel going through a table. Glad to hear that she's great. But
I don't know if she's great, but
she's good, doing good. So that's at least that's good news.
And for me, it's going to be the. I'm going to go with the first match, the 4-way for the Commonwealth title. 4 guys that know how to work and know how to work well together. Excuse me. And the appearance of Thaddeus Archer, once again, this is turning into. I'm really going to have. Besides having Steven Styles as a pain in my ass right now, I got Thaddeus Archer doing the same thing. So
Fire Archer. Fire Archer.
Unfortunately, I've looked over his contract.
He can't.
Trust me, the amount that I'd have to pay out, I think we'd have to buy every wrestling company in Alberta to cover it. And for our surprise of the night, I would have to say just the sheer carnage of that main event.
Oh, yes.
I knew it was going to be bloody and messy, but I didn't think it was going to go to that level.
I did it next, but yeah.
It went exactly far.
It was insane.
But I think that's going to wrap up this show here. I want to thank the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton, for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, and can't wait to do it again.
And Andre C. here for taking the lead of the show here.
Yeah, I'm always happy to do it. Check me out on Twitter at That Canada Guy.
And our next quick call show, I'm actually probably going to end up doing a solo show due to the fact that it's right before a hockey game that we are all near and dear.
I don't give a shit.
To all our Calgary fans, you can stuff it. It's the PWA Hysteria show from the Northgate Line Senior Center.
Special start time of 6 o'clock.
And then the third day of the Super Weekend, CWE 8th Anniversary Tour from the St. Albert Community Center. I know we're going to all try to be there. I got some work commitments.
I'm going to be there.
Oh yeah, you're the announcer again.
You know it, baby.
But this is Mike the Ref saying, if you're going to make a if you're going to make a good call, make a quick call. And this has been Quick Calls from the Lorilei Beaumaris Community Hall with RCW, the Death of Justice, here
Marie Ewaschuk Memorial Show
on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network.
This has been Quick Calls with Mike the Ref on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. Contact us on Facebook or check out edmontonspn.podbean.com.